Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. It is rumored that Olori Miriam, Olori Temitope, Olori Elizabeth, and Olori Runke have visited Olori Naomi in Akure and begged Olori Naomi for forgiveness, as directed by the Alake of Igbaland and the Ooni of Ife. Now, we got a rumor that the Alake of Igbaland visited the palace to felicitate with the Ooni of Ife over the birth of his twins. And he didn't just go alone. We heard that he had gone there with his beautiful wife, Dr. Tokumba. And while they spoke and appreciated God for everything that he has done, the Alake went ahead to speak to the monarch, the Ooni of Ife, the great Ooni of Ife, to temper justice with mercy with wives, that he should understand that women can sometimes be like children, that as long as they are all fighting for his attention, they are going to keep having the same problems over and over again. That though he is not a polygamist, but he's had, chiefs around him who are polygamists, because the traditional institution enables you to marry as many wives as possible. Now, why did he not marry any more wife than his wife, Dr. Tokumbo? He made mention of the fact that he was under a lot of pressure to marry more, but he stood by the commitment he had with his wife because he didn't want all of this kind of crisis. And that right now, the truth remains that they have made a decision to, be in a polygamous setting, that, doing everything that is possible to make it work has to be their utmost priority right now. And they're not going to be able to achieve that but by making peace and ensuring that everyone is happy, starting from Olori Naomi. Now, it is alleged that he said that what was done to Olori Naomi was an injustice, even though as a father that he was very upset with Olori Naomi over what happened, the way she handled it. But this is the same reason he's telling the Ooni of Ife that women, with due respect, might sometimes behave like children. As a father, you want to find a way to work around it with them, because basically the ones in the palace right now, what they are trying to achieve is just to achieve his attention. Now, he said that if they want to stay in the palace, they will have to obey the Ooni of Ife and do what he wants. That anybody who is not ready to obey their husband, who is a monarch, means that that person is being disrespectful and the person does not belong in the palace. That right now, the Ooni of Ife will begin to treat them without any form of resentment. But then again, they have to honor their husband. That look at what the world is seeing now. The world is seeing a new set of, women in the palace where they are celebrating, that the celebration has brought the attention of everybody, knowing that, as in pointing to the fact that they just want the happiness of their husband. That right now they should go further to begin to cooperate, understanding that as long as you are married to the monarch, you're married to the monarch, whether you are in the palace or not. And that the monarch should make some consideration, knowing that, these borders on, the ego and, of course, the self-esteem of other wives, and not make any harsh decision. As much as he is advocating for Queen Naomi to return back into her matrimonial home, because that is what needs to happen. But he is also saying that whatever, verdict they give, or whatever, decision they make towards where the wives will go to, should be done with great consideration. Now, with all of that, they say he urged the wives, allegedly, to go speak to Queen Naomi, to hug Queen Naomi, and, to understand that they are in this together. And at the end of the day, peace, it should be their number one priority in the palace, and not all of these basketballs that they need to go. That, yes, so the birth of these kids should bring unity, the birth of these kids should bring oneness, the birth of these kids should, make them understand that they are in this together. And the same way they have celebrated Toby should be the same way that others will celebrate them when their own children come. Now, with what we heard now, no, allegedly, it is rumored that Ooni of Ife now permitted them, Olori Temitope, Olori Ronke, Olori, led by Dr. Elizabeth, and Miriam to go and meet with Olori Naomi in Akure so that they can have a one-on-one talk and see how things are resolved. But you do know that a lot of people may not necessarily like this because we, of course, feel like they might want to do something to Naomi and all of that. But it's important to understand that Naomi is not a child. Naomi understands what might happen and what might not happen. But at the end of the day, it's Olori beautiful, gorgeous Olori Naomi's decision. If she's okay with this, why not? If she's not okay with this, it's all her decision. Of course, nobody is forcing her to make amends with these people if she is not comfortable with it. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Dela Ram. I bring you fresh and spicy just from the sauce. It's still on the royals. How are you guys doing? I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you, Esheo Adubeo. Thank you, people. I love you guys so much. If you're here and you're yet to subscribe, kindly go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And do not forget to turn on the notification bell. And do not ever forget to give this video a thumbs up. Report reaching us right now is that the queens have gone to meet with Lori Nami so they can have a chat together and see how they can resolve issues. And I do know that, people will say dying with long spoon, dying with long spoon. See, they said something, there's this adage that say that when a mosquito perches on a man's scrotum, that man will understand that there are different ways to solve a dispute. For me, from my own background, I do realize that the best way to solve a problem is to dialogue first. And in dialoguing, you want to understand that nobody is forcing you to make a decision that you do not want. Right now, we have heard from the very beginning, if everything we have been hearing is to be true, that Ooni of Ife has been begging and begging and begging and begging. It's been these people mediating and all of that. At the end of the day, nobody has gone to carry a truck to go and drag Naomi to come to the palace. I want to believe that at this time it's her decision to make, because I see this thing going to a place where it's looking as if they will tell her to move into the palace, and I see the kind of adjustment that she seemed to be making. If every information we are getting here is true, yes. So if this is true, okay, and I don't know what she is going to decide at the end of the day. I don't know if some of the Oloris will move out and some will stay. I don't know, but of course I have told you that these are all alleged information. I do not live in the palace of the Ooni of Ife. I'm not related to them. And, for me, I will always say to my viewers, I said, look, as a matter of fact, any information you get on social media, you want to take it with a pinch of salt, okay? And this is to let you know that it is in the interest of transparency, because I care about you guys, Taylor, right? I respect you so much. The fact that you are loyal to me, always come back to my channel, means a lot to me. And the least I can do for you, if I don't, like we don't say, is to give you some respect by not, cooking gist, dragging here. I make sure I get this gist from different sources, but I will come back here and I will let you know that it's from, of course, different sources. It's not a first hand. Now, going back to the issue of reconciliation, he said to the Ooni of Ife that there shall be no reconciliation, because their hearts are not open, their hearts are not pure, their hearts are not open to any reconciliation. That the Ooni of Ife needs to be very, very careful. That the important thing is that the character in question, who happens to be Queen Naomi, knows exactly what is going on. That these are the challenges that they have been talking about, that the Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi will have to go through. But the gods want them to learn from every single thing that will happen along the journey. Naomi was just a small girl. I think she was barely 25 years. A church girl that was brought into the royal family. She's not physically, she's not a blue-blooded a woman, and God just, catapulted her into this royalty. Though they said that she is destined for royalty, but at that point, perhaps she didn't know that these challenges will come up. But they are up now. They said allegedly that the seer is saying God is preparing her for the tax that is ahead, and also preparing the Ooni of Ife for the tax that is ahead. So what this tax is what I do not know, but they say the seer says that there shall be no reconciliation. That the reason why there shall be no reconciliation is because these people are not going there with sincerity of purpose. But you do know that it's not all of them, Sha. It has to be one or two of them. We don't know. You might think it's Auntie Igbi. Another person might think it's Auntie Blow Blow. Another person might think it's Auntie Timitokbe, and Dr. Timitokbe. Another person might think is any other person. It could be any other person. But for me, I will stick to what William Shakespeare said, that there is no art to find the mind construction on the face of any human being. I'm going to bring you more update, people. I love you guys so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.